Dave Miller with Superior Services is back with me, and we are running into spring and summer and all those kinds of things, so we're really concerned about the temperature of our houses right now. And one of the things that kind of can sometimes be frustrating, I think, is that there's hot and cold spots. And sometimes, obviously it's like, oh, the sun's coming in, so that's making it hot. But there's other reasons that we may not be aware of as to why that's happening, and there are ways to control it.
Sure, absolutely. What we've noticed is a lot of our customers or people in general have hot and cold spots or an uncomfortable place in their house, and they feel like it's something that they have to deal with, and they just, oh, well, I'll have to bundle up if I go into that room, or and so we're trying to educate everybody that it doesn't have to be that way. You can, you should only have a couple degrees variance from one room to the other, and if there is more than that variance, then have it checked out. And there's a host of reasons, but it could be as simple as your dirty air filter slowing your airflow down to the house. Okay. We've seen situations where thermostats were placed in a spot where when the sun comes up, the sun just kind of beads down on the thermostat, raising it up and faking it out in a sense.
Right. So then it's just the air conditioner just going because.
Yep, because it
it's
thinks
in the sun.
You got it, and it thinks it's never getting cold enough, so it's just going to run and run and run.
Wow.
And those are the things that you see a lot, but nobody really tends to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And then being in Hilton and Bluffton, we have a lot of transient homeowners buying and selling their houses and things like that. So a lot of times somebody else might have done something and that you're not aware of. And it could be as simple as they closed some vents because it was the mother-in-law and she was having hot flashes, and so check your vents, make sure that they're not blocked, or furniture sitting on top of them if they're floor vents, things like that.
Well, and your person, if they do notice those kinds of things, they can work with the homeowner to say, okay, which room, how do you want this air to flow?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We walk around the house and we say, well, is there any areas that are causing some problems? They say yes or no, then we go up in the attic and we take a look and see if it's something we can get to. If it's something we can't get to, there's other solutions out there that are better than a patch, in a sense. That could be permanent solutions that can make the house more comfortable again. And
so what are some of those permanent solutions? I know that sometimes people don't have the right sized unit for their house.
Right.
You talked about different things with windows, so tell us about some of those solutions.
Sure. Solar gain is huge. If you're in a situation where the house is facing west and you have a bunch of windows, and certain people want to just not have blinds, you really need to have blinds just because it's only hot for that portion of the day to kind of block some of that sun.
Yeah.
Air conditioners, absolutely, if they're improperly sized, too small, too large, can cause some problems. There's just a host of things that you can go down the list, but a house should, when you're done with it, it should be maintaining a decent, 50 to 55% relative humidity. It should get to the temperature you want within reason. We don't size them to get to 69 degrees in the middle of summer, so if you're expecting it to be that cold, you're probably
you have the wrong expectation.
Right.
And you need to change that expectation.
Yeah.
Right. So you talked about air filters a little bit, and I know probably that many of us are guilty of leaving them in for too long.
Right.
How often really should they be changed?
So if they're a filter that a customer can get to themselves, I tell them to gauge it. Look at it once a month if you can get to it, and then gauge how dirty it is. And once you can see the dirt on there, it's probably dirty enough, and then use that as your rule of thumb. So, some certain houses you can go, 3, 4, and 5 months. Other houses, 1 month tops. Kids, dogs, type of floors. Carpet, is not gross as it sounds, but carpets acts as a filter, so dirt gets stuck there and it doesn't float around.
Right.
So, but if you have hardwood floors or tile floors, the dust kind of circulates, and so you might have a dirtier filter on a house that doesn't have a lot of carpet.
Which many of us do have tile and hardwood here because it's just kind of one of those things that looks coastal to us.
That's right.
So, yeah. And then you can also do some things with windows. You do have some permanent tinting that you could do
Yes.
if somebody really is opposed to
Yeah, we have a
blinds.
product called V-Cool, and it is a tint, but you can't tell the tint is there.
Right.
And not only does it block out almost 50% of the UV, but it also blocks out the part of the UV or the actual ultraviolet that degrades furniture and wall finishings and things like that. So you're not hurting the inside of your house and cutting down on the solar gain.
Excellent. Well, so if you're looking to get rid of your hot and cold spots, give Superior Services a call. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.